Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Swinehart Field for another great game of high school football. Utica Eisenhower taking on Anchor Bay. For my broadcast partner, Stephen McDonald, I'm Chris Wright. And Stephen, we have a great game in the MAC Red tonight as Eisenhower takes on Anchor Bay. But before we get to that, let's talk about last week. Eisenhower on the road, big win.
Yeah, like you said, big win. A bit of a lower scoring game than what we're used to seeing, especially this year from this Eagles offense. But like you said, a win is a win, 15-11, the final score a week ago. Actually, Chris, I remember we talked about this off air. The halftime score was 3-2 in that game. But again, Eagles able to find a way to get it done. And we're going to talk to Coach in just a minute to find out how.
That's right. We got a chance to talk to Coach Smith before the game. Let's see what he had to say.
Well, I liked early. We caused a lot of turnovers early. Caused one last week, but we kind of got away with, from that. But I think defensively, the aggressiveness that we've had on defense, and then offensively, we've been aggressive offensively. We gotta catch the balls. I mean, we gotta catch passes. So, but I think I like the aggressiveness of both sides of the ball.
You're without running back Brian Cardamone. How do you see the offense running without him?
Well, we didn't have him last week either, and it's a big loss. I mean, when you lose he's probably one of our best offensive players. It's a huge loss, but we got guys that are trying to make up for that loss. I mean, it's football. We know injuries happen. The next guy's got to step up and play.
Another big MAC Red matchup tonight. What are some of the keys that you're seeing for a victory?
Yeah, I mean, Anchor Bay is not the same Anchor Bay that they were 5 years ago. I mean, this is a fast, hard-nosed team. They're gritty. You know, they play hard. So our kids got to be up for a battle. It's gonna be another battle.
All right, good luck out there, Coach.
All right, thank you.
We thank Coach Smith for taking the time to speak with us pregame. Now, Stephen, Anchor Bay comes in on a 3-game losing streak. What do the Eagles need to do in order to get this W tonight?
Well, one thing, Chris, that they did well a week ago against Stevenson was that they really controlled the line of scrimmage, especially on the defensive side of the football. They had 3 sacks a week ago and also had a safety on top of that. A different challenge here tonight with this Anchor Bay offense led by quarterback Luke Hall under center. He can run and pass in this offense. He's a guy that even going back to last year when plays needed to be made, number 5 in white had the football in his hands. He had 2 rushing touchdowns a week ago. So again, a bit of a different challenge here tonight for this Eisenhower defense, and I'll be interested to see how they handle it here tonight.
It's homecoming here for Eisenhower. Big game, big crowd. We'll be right back with kickoff.
We would like to thank Esplendido Mexican Cuisine for their 20-year sponsorship of both Utica and Eisenhower football coverage. It's that great taste that helps keep a great Shelby Township tradition going.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted, just whistle.
Touchdown, Shelby.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Eisenhower football on Shelby TV. My name is Chris Wright, alongside my broadcast partner, Stephen McDonald. Stephen, we got a great game tonight, a big MAC-Red matchup, as we said in the pregame. It is a packed house. It is homecoming. It's a blackout. A lot of fun here at Swinehart Field.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, Chris, you weren't here a week ago to call the Utica game with me, that a homecoming game as well. So back-to-back homecoming games for me here on Shelby TV. Well, like you said, this is going to be a really fun and exciting game. The crowd underneath us here at Swinehart Field, it's been pretty packed in here for well over an hour now as we are just about set to kick off. Just, you can feel the energy really building in this stadium right now, and 12-1 is the Eisenhower Eagles in this all-time series. The one loss came here a year ago to this Tars team, but again, just a really exciting atmosphere we have here tonight.
The kick is away. It is dropped at the 4-yard line. He's going to pick it up and run it back up the middle, and finally brought down from behind. That is number 10, Jerry Hansen.
Yeah, looks like number 5, Damari Harper, got in there for the stop. He was just about the last man to beat, or else Hansen would have been gone to the house.
Definitely looked like there was a lot of space.
Looked like Harper got him around the ankles. Somebody else came in up high to clean things up, but we'll get our first look tonight at Luke Hall and this offensive attack. A heavy rushing team are these Anchor Bay Tars.
1st and 10 now for Anchor Bay. The pitch goes to Drew Shornack, the running back. Eisenhower says that they have the ball, and they do! A big defensive stop to start this game, and Eisenhower is able to get the ball. 1st down and 10 going the other way.
And what did we talk about in pregame? I said the Eisenhower defensive front did really well a week ago, at 3 sacks, had that safety in that game against Stevenson. How do they come out? A different style of offense, a different beast that this Anchor Bay offense is. How do they come out and respond? We get our answer right from the jump. You see just piling on there. Tough to see where the ball carrier is in that mess. That was Shornack. But the officials say the Eagles come away with it. They have it 1st and 10.
A little bit of shuffling here before the play. 1st and 10 now. Eagles taking over at their 32-yard line. Crum throws it over the middle. Pass is dropped. Was intended for number 12. That's Hayden Bills, the junior.
Looked like 26. Carson Carr in coverage. Did really well getting that hand in there, break up that pass. Not a lot of room for Crum to throw that football.
2nd down now. Crum takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Johnson. And maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up the 3rd down for the Eagles tonight.
And as we see getting in there to make the stop, number 43, Ryan Sakota. Coach Smith did say this team, still a powerful team, but also a very fast, athletic team as well.
Crum takes the snap. He's going to look right. Some pressure in the backfield. Escapes the pocket, running down the sideline, and finally pushed out of bounds. They're going to say gain of maybe 4 or 5 on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down.
And right there we see that bit of speed and athleticism from this Anchor Bay defense. They get in the face of Crum, they move him outside the pocket, and then it's just all pursuit to the sideline. He only picks up a few yards there and comes up well short of the 1st down line to gain.
It's going to be 4th down and 6 now, and they're going to go for it. Crum takes a low snap. He's looking right, still looking right. Rolling out, throws it. And it is caught for a 1st down. Pass complete to Luke O'Neill, the senior. Coming up, he got the fumble, and now he's got the 1st down.
And we won't see it here from this angle on the replay, but a well-defended play back deep with these Eisenhower receivers in coverage. One of the receivers actually fell down on the play, which is why Crum had to scramble all the way to the sideline.
Crum now has 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 2 to the left, excuse me. Christian Johnson in the backfield. He's going to throw it. That's Bills again. We got a flag on the play.
Nice easy pitch and catch from Crum to Bills. Not a lot of running room after that grab. Maybe got a yard or 2 as he fell forward.
See what the penalty is here.
It's Eisenhower. Still waiting on what the official word is. They'll put it all the way back to the 35.
Pass interference, offense, 15-yard penalty, first down. Wait for the whistle, wait for the whistle.
Pass interference against the Eagles. Couldn't tell if that was on Bills or if it was a pick play. Pressure in the backfield. Crum's going to go down and be sacked. Number 44 in white, that's Isaiah Domi.
Yeah, just great pressure so far by this Anchor Bay defensive front. Crum has been dancing around that pocket. He's had to escape a few times already, just couldn't get out of there in time, and Domi slams the door.
Well, after the penalty and the sack, the ball is now at the 42-yard line, which is back past where they started this drive.
Have to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line for a first down here.
Crum takes the snap. He's looking left. He's going to throw it across the middle. Incomplete off the hands of Hayden Bills. It's going to bring up a third down.
And that's tough for Bills, too, because you'll see it here. If he makes this catch coming over the middle, he has a step on Julius Humes and Carson Carr, who were both in coverage over the middle there. He catches that football. He has a chance to get upfield and get a ton of yardage there.
Third and very long. 32 yards to go for this first down. Crum takes the snap. He's going to look left down the field. See how far he can throw this ball. Just over Hayden Bills.
And again, well defended in the secondary. Crum dancing around in the pocket, just trying to buy his guys some time down the field to get open. They were not open. They did have that one guy late, deep over the middle, but Crum just overthrows him.
Now they're going to bring out the punt formation. 9:20 to go here in this first quarter.
Looks like the Tars running 2 men back deep.
Rugby style kick. Returned and pushed out of bounds. Returned by number 3, Ty Schronak, the senior, one of the senior captains on this team.
Yeah, excellent footwork there on the sideline. Down around that 10-yard line or so by Schronak. Able to pick up a few extra yards because he tiptoed that boundary line.
While we have a second, the broadcast of today's game is a copyrighted presentation of the Michigan High School Athletic Association and Shelby TV. No reproduction, retransmission, or other distribution of the descriptions or accounts of this game may take place without the express written consent of the MHSAA and Shelby TV. Well, Anchor Bay now coming out on offense. The real look at them this time. They fumbled on their first play. It's a pass out of the backfield, and he stood up. A big tackle made by number 9, John Gowell.
Yeah, you'll see it here on the replay. Swing it out to Schronak. Luke O'Neill in pursuit, just misses the tackle, and then the blocker actually blows up that play. Nice job by the Eagles pushing that block right back into the ball carrier.
And it does look like we have an injured player for Anchor Bay. While we have a second, it is homecoming again here for Eisenhower. It is a packed house. They had to bring in the auxiliary bleachers. Great to see this crowd. Standing room only on our left side here.
Yeah, you know what, Chris? When you were here with us a few weeks ago last time out, we talked about that game against Romeo how packed that was. I think this one might actually be a little bit more so than that. But like you said, excellent to see here each and every Friday night just how into it this community is, whether it's Eisenhower or Utica. These stands are always packed here below us, and they are loud.
Doctor still checking on the injured player.
And yeah, Chris, you did say at the start of this drive, this is really our first, hopefully our first real chance of seeing this offense here in this game. Obviously, they had the turnover on the very first play of the contest just a few moments ago. And as always, we'd like to thank Esplendido for what they do for us here on Shelby TV each and every week. Esplendido has been a proud sponsor of Utica and Eisenhower football for over 2 decades, and now you can become a member of their staff and helping to create all that excellent food that, again, they provide for us here each and every week. You can reach out to Carl at 586-739-1070. They're now hiring for all positions, and you can apply from within the establishment. You can join the team at Esplendido's, always community-oriented and always great tasting.
As you see the student section here at Swinehart Field for the Eagles. Game time temperature was a mild 66 degrees. So, you know, we're starting to get those feels for fall. You can get a little scent of bonfire in the neighboring houses here.
In fact, it looks like if we look straight across the field from us here, looks like we have one going on right in front of us.
Good to see he's able to walk off the field with a little bit of help there.
And I like the idea of that first down play, just swing it out to the running back, nice easy pitch and catch, try to get Luke Hall and this offense going a bit, but I feel like that's a little too easy right now with this Eagles defense and the confidence that they're playing with over these last few weeks.
Second down and 11 here for Anchor Bay. Hall going to keep it, running right up the middle. He's brought down after about a gain of 8. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 for Anchor Bay.
Excellent blocking up front. You see the running back lead blocking there up through that gap. And this is a guy in Luke Hall that can run the football a bit for this team. Had 12 carries a week ago, had those 2 touchdowns like I talked about in the opening to our broadcast, and he averaged about 6 yards a carry a week ago as well.
Here comes the crowd now. Big 3rd down. 3rd down and 2. Hall takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. That was number 44, Isaiah Domi. It's like no gain on the play, and it's 4th down.
And I'll tell you what, Domi, 6'1", 250, 255 coming right up the middle there. Eagles defense again doing well up front, getting off their blocks, stacking them up right around that line of scrimmage.
And that is a sophomore, 6'1", 255. That's a big body trying to run that ball. Able to get the punt away. It's a sky-high punt. Called for a fair catch at the 45-yard line. Luke Myers and the Eagles would take over from there.
Some excellent field position to start with here for Eisenhower, trying to get Preston Crum into a little bit of a rhythm with his receivers here. As we talked about, no Cardamone here tonight in the running game, but you still have Christian Johnson, you still have Tayshawn Terrell. Those are 2 very capable running backs that I'm sure we'll see plenty of here tonight. And as this offense makes their way out, both of them will line up here to start.
As we said in the pregame, Bennett Cardamone out. See him in street clothes with a walking boot on, but Coach Smith hopes to see him later on this year, so hopefully he can get some more playing time. Johnson gets the handoff, crosses the 50, still on his feet. They're gonna, no whistle, they're gonna keep him going, and he's down at the 41
1-yard line. That's a first down for the Eagles.
Great vision, great cut right around that first down line. You'll see it here in a second, but look at him squeeze through that hole. There's the jump cut. Then right here, his elbow never goes down. He gets up and he goes, wait, I never went down. I'm just going to keep going.
That's why you play to the whistles. Crum takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Johnson again, running up the left side. And finally brought down after another big gain of 11.
That time it was all offensive line. That left side you're going to see crashes inside. Number 77 there gets that inside grab. Johnson able to head up that left side, basically untouched until he got a first down.
Johnson again up the middle. And he'll get another big chunk of yards. Gain of about 5 on that one.
Yeah, Joe Youngblood, the offensive coordinator, has found something on that left side of the line. As you see in there, number 77 again, Ty Sublieri pushing his man up the field, creating that opening.
Second down and 5 now. Charles Kamari behind Crum in this formation. He'll fake the handoff. Crum throwing towards the end zone. Hayden Bills, no! Incomplete. Pass broken up by number 10, Jerry Hansen. We'll bring up third down.
Yeah, good throw. Maybe just a tiny bit underthrown, but it was right there. Yeah, just goes up, makes the play, but Hansen does well in coverage.
Bills seem to want a flag, but no doing. Third down and 5 now. Get a timeout call.
Timeout, Anchor Bay.
Timeout, Anchor
Bay. First set of half, 2 remaining.
Anchor Bay calls their first timeout. A big third down here. The second time that the Eagles have been deep in Anchor Bay's zone. So let's see if they're able to capitalize.
And I'll be interesting to see what personnel at running back Joe Youngblood puts out there on this 3rd and 5. You look before that timeout, they had Kamari Charles lined up behind Preston Crum in the pistol set, so it'll be interesting to see if they get Johnson back out there, or maybe we see Tayshawn Terrell.
Big play call coming here from the coaching staff of the Eagles. Coach Smith, Coach Youngblood.
And I wouldn't be surprised out of this timeout. They have to get it to the 22 for a first down, but I wouldn't be surprised out of this timeout with the way Johnson's been running the football. Looks like he will be the running back out of this timeout. If we see them go play action, try to hit something deep over the middle.
We got Luca Neal in the tight end spot, Hayden Bills on the left side, and number 85, Connor Temple on the right side of this formation.
Anchor Bay is showing a single high safety, so could see that play action pass here.
Crum takes the snap, rolls out, and brought down. See if he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, looks like they're giving him that original line, so bring up 4th down and 5. But again, good pursuit by that Anchor Bay front, and they force Crum out of the pocket. They've made him really uncomfortable to start this game, not letting him settle into a rhythm, which I'm sure after the offensive performance a week ago, a little bit frustrating for them, that Joe Youngblood would have liked to have gotten him into more of a rhythm early.
4th down again for the Eagles. Take the snap, fake the handoff to Johnson. Pressure in the backfield, and he's going to get sacked again. Number 43 for Anchor Bay. That's Ryan Sakota.
And again, a well-defended play. They did want to go play action. They were trying to find Luca Neal over the middle. They had the coverage lined up on him one-on-one. They had safety help over the top. Looks like they're really trying to bracket those over-the-middle deep throws out of play action.
Anchor Bay is going to start with their best field position of the day. Ball on their own 37-yard line. Be 1st and 10 with momentum here after getting that 4th down stop. changing the play. We got two receivers to the left. Takes the snap. He's going to hand this ball off up the middle. And that's Drew Shornack. A gain of about 8. And bring up 2nd down and 2.
Excellent job by the Eagles secondary from the safety spot. Kedro comes up and makes the play. Anchor Bay will do a lot to tie up some of those blocks up front on that Eagles front 7. So it's going to be very important that these safeties come down and run support.
Hall under center, changing the play again. He's got two receivers to the right and a running back behind him. Takes the snap, handoff, right at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 for Anchor Bay.
Just meeting him at the point of attack.
Cody Raymond with the definition of a wrap up there, made sure the running back Shornick wasn't going to go anywhere after contact. 3rd down and 2. Here comes the crowd, the 12th fan. Handoff up the middle, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Again, Cody Raymond.
Yeah, Raymond on back-to-back stops. Johnson gets in there. Raymond cleans it up. It looks like Nathan Burney helped him out getting the ball carrier to the ground. But again, back-to-back big stops. 3rd down and short, 4th down and short. And the Tars will line up to punt it away.
They get it off. Caught at the 18-yard line. Is going to be returnable. Up the right side. And finally pushed out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. It's Luke Myers, the senior.
Well, so far we've gotten our answer for how this Eagles defensive front would come out after the performance they put up last week. How do they come out against this Tars offense and what they can do running the football. Now it's time for the Eagles offense to help them out and put some points on the board here.
Referee's gonna drop a flag.
Lock in the back on the receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
Block in the back. We'll push this start of the drive back 10 more yards.
Looks like they're just waiting for the chains to be reset.
See what we can find on the replay here. Can't really block towards your own end zone. Things like that are going to be called a whole lot right there.
Yeah, that could be block in the back or blindside block either way.
Pass is caught. Luke Neal, and they're able to get a 1st down.
And that's a nice play call to start the drive from Joe Youngblood. They've tried to go play action, but keeping Crum in the pocket. This time they go design rollout, get him outside the pocket, and give him time to make that throw.
1st and 10 now, ball at the 45-yard line. Crum's got Christian Johnson, puts a man in motion. He's gonna roll out to his left, throwing left. Incomplete. Just out of reach for Luke Neal there.
And it looked like,
it's gonna be 2nd down.
They brought Tayshawn Terrell, that man in motion, across the formation. Looked like they might have had him by about a step on his out-cutting route. He tried to take the deeper shot down the sideline to Luke Neal and just missed him by about a foot.
2nd down and 10 now. Crum takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Johnson. Running up the middle. and just running with the pile. He's going to gain about 5 yards on that one. It's going to be 3rd down.
Yeah, he has such a low center of gravity, just keeps those feet moving, lowers the shoulder, always trying to pick up that extra yard where he can.
He was first contact was in the backfield, but he's able to get those 5 positive yards. 3rd down and 5 now. Ball at midfield. Crum takes a snap. He's looking to his left. He'll throw incomplete. Just through the hands of Cody Raymond there. We got a flag.
Looks like they'll get a hold against Anchor Bay.
Holding on the defense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
That'll be an automatic 1st down. Fortunately, won't count as a 3rd down conversion, but that is, as that brings up 0 for 4 now, but the Eagles are able to continue this drive. Crum takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Johnson, and he is stopped in the backfield for a loss of about 2 there. I'm going to say loss of 3. Brings up 2nd down.
Tristan Arnold with the stop. Not much that Johnson could do on that run, was really stopped before it had a chance to get started. He was met in the backfield by a couple of tacklers.
Crum now in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. He'll hand it off on the end around. Able to juke a defender. That is Tayshawn Terrell, but he's only able to gain about 2. That's going to bring up another 3rd down for the Eagles.
Eagles trying to go with a bit of a trick play, some misdirection there on the end around, just well defended once again, staying disciplined in their assignments were the Anchor Bay Tars.
Crum's got 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Christian Johnson in the backfield. Puts Cody Raymond in motion. Takes a snap, looking left. Gonna throw this ball deep. And incomplete, but we got a flag. It looked to be holding even before that ball got there, but we'll see if they call pass interference as well.
Yeah, Bills easily gets a step on his defender, and all you can really do in that situation is grab on and hope he doesn't get away. You'll take the penalty if you can avoid giving up the touchdown.
Pass interference on the defense. 15-yard penalty. Be a 1st down.
15 more yards for the Eagles. Another 3rd down penalty on this drive. That is the 2nd time that this drive is extended from a penalty.
Yeah, now if you're Eisenhower, the name of the game is take advantage of those penalties, try to put this ball in the end zone.
1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Crum looking across the middle. Pass is caught. 1st down. Connor Temple, the sophomore.
And this is what I've been waiting for from Preston Crum tonight. They've been looking for that shot over the middle, and they finally get it there with Connor Temple. Big 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8.
Clock is ticking 10 seconds to go here in this 1st quarter. See if they run a play. Crum takes the snap. He's going to hand it off on the end around. Trying to get to the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles! Bryce Hurley, 8-yard run. And the Eagles are on the board first.
Yeah, an excellent play call. Bring the man in motion. Give him the ball. He's very patient, too. Watch how he just follows the block, sees that hole open up towards the inside, cuts it back upfield, and he finds the end zone. Excellent run. Like I said, very patient there for the touchdown.
The kick is up, and it's good. Right as the 1st quarter ends, the Eagles are able to take the first lead of the ball game, 7-0.
Yeah, you'll see, keeps it going towards the sideline, doesn't see that hole open up earlier in his progression, so takes it about as far as he can go, then finally sees that block develop, that hole opens up, cut it upfield, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. exactly how you coach it too in practice. You tell that guy, if it's not there, just keep it going, wait till you get to the outside, something will open up. If not, you can just step out of bounds, no harm done.
2 big penalties on that drive. Continue to keep that drive alive for the Eagles. Leads to 7 points. Once again, it is homecoming, the 50th anniversary for Eisenhower.
Yeah, and even looking across the field from us, Chris, the Anchor Bay fans have filed in pretty well now here at Swinehart Field.
As we said, auxiliary bleachers had to be brought in for this one. Packed house here at Swinehart Field. And the kick is away. And it will be dropped in the end zone for a touchdown.
And now with that touchdown, you feel all the momentum now on the side of the home team, Eisenhower Eagles. Anchor Bay will need to have a response here in just a moment on this drive.
Again, this is a huge MAC Red matchup for the Eagles. And just to start the second half, I mean, this has probably been one of the better seasons that the Eagles have had so far.
Yeah, I remember back a couple weeks ago now, back around week 2 or 3, we said this was the first time they had started 2-0 since about 2017. So it's been a while for this Eagles team, but they are back here in 2022 and playing at a very high level.
Here to start the second quarter, Hall looking to his left. Pass is complete. It's number 84, Bishop Thomas.
But with that being said too, Chris, they do still have their work cut out for them this year. They do have this Anchor Bay team, a very good Anchor Bay team here tonight. And then they go to one of the top teams in Division I next week in Dakota.
It's going to be a huge game before they come back for what is a Utica home game, but I can't say it won't be a neutral site game, but it's 2nd down and 4 now for the Tars. Hall takes the snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle. And again, stopped at the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 3rd down for the Tars.
Yeah, looks like Giovanni Rowe, number 54 in blue, gets in there for the stop. And this Eagles defense is fired up right now.
Minute gone here in the second quarter. Hall. He's got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He takes the snap. He's going to hand this ball off. A big hole up the middle and finally brought down. That was Drew Shornack. That is a 1st down for Anchor Bay.
Nice tackle getting low by John Gowell, taking out the legs of the runner. See, comes in, just upends him. And sometimes that's what you have to do with some of these running backs. You have to get a little lower, because if you hit them up too high, they just run right through you. And Shornack could have gone for extra yardage had he done that.
Ball now at the 32-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. That was the first 3rd down conversion for Anchor Bay. Hall takes the snap. He's going to throw it to his right. Pass is complete. He'll break a tackle. Number 10, Jerry Hansen III. Eisenhower saying they have the ball again. Looks like the officials don't agree this time.
Yeah, looks like they blew the whistle well before that ball came out. Again, nice easy pitch and catch out wide for Luke Hall, the quarterback. Has thrown it quite a few times here in the first half tonight. As we mentioned a week ago, just threw 12 passes all game long. Also carried the ball 12 times did Luke Hall.
It was a 3-yard completion for the Tars. 2nd down and 7. Hall takes the snap. He's looking left. Pass is caught off his shoe tops and finally brought down. That was number 14, Colin Martell.
And he caught that ball. It was an excellent double clutching catch on that little outbreaking route. But once he makes that catch, he shakes one tackle, and Tayshawn Terrell made sure he didn't break 2.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 4. Ball at the 38-yard line. Tars 1 for 3 so far on 3rd down. Here comes the crowd. You hear the defense chants from the Eisenhower faithful.
Looks like the Eagles going with a 34 look up front.
Puts a man in motion. Hall fakes the handoff. He's going to throw it out. Caught by Martell again. Able to get a 1st down. All the way to the Ike 45.
And that's a great play call on 3rd down and 4. Eisenhower so concerned with stopping things up the middle that you just roll Hall a little bit to his right. That receiver comes across the formation. Ryan Polisi, number 21, gets sucked in just a little bit too far on that play fake, and they're able to pick up the 1st down.
Tars will continue this drive. Ball's at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Got a receiver to the right and left. Hall takes the snap. Flea flicker. Hall looking downfield. Just out of reach. Pass intended for Martell again. A little misdirection from the Tars, but it's 2nd down.
And that was a well-executed play by the Tars. The only thing that was missing was the completion on the other end of that pass from Luke Hall. And he definitely had a step there on his defender. And had he brought it in, it looked like he would have been down inside at least the 10-yard line. But again, just a little bit off on that throw made all the difference in the world.
2nd down and 10 now for the Tars. All under center, takes the snap. And we're going to get a whistle. Timeout called by Ike.
The 1st of the half. 2 more remaining.
Now as the sun comes down, the lights come up. Friday Night Lights, a great high school football tradition. It's great to see once again as we talk about it. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. Just the crowd here, the community coming to support this team. It's a lot of fun and just very great to see.
Yeah, I know, especially we were trying to get up here after we did our pregame show about an hour ago now, and we actually had to struggle to make our way up here. We were weaving our way through the student section here underneath us in the press box.
We got to get a security escort next time. But there you see it, just a fantastic crowd.
And so far, Chris, getting back to the football being played here in front of us on the field, both teams really battling it out so far through the first almost quarter and a half of action. But the Eagles just making a few more plays. That's really, so far, what's separating these two teams is just when they have a chance to go make a play, Eisenhower, for the most part, has been the team that's made that play, especially on that touchdown run.
2nd down and 10 for the Tars coming out of the timeout. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. He'll put a man in motion. Hall's going to keep it himself up the middle and gets brought down after a gain of about 6 or 7. And they'll bring up another 3rd down.
And that's a good call there. I'm okay with that call there on 2nd down, giving Hall the football and just letting him take it himself. Like I said before, 12 carries a week ago, did have 2 touchdowns rushing, so he's obviously a very capable runner from that quarterback position.
3rd down and 3 for Anchor Bay. So they have 3 receivers on the left side of this formation. Shornack, the running back with him. Hall, another quarterback keeper. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. A huge stop there from Cody Raymond again.
Cody Raymond is making his presence felt here tonight in a way that we're accustomed to seeing a guy like Luca Neal make his presence felt, just coming in, laying the boom on that hit in the hole. They were not going to let Luke Hall do that same thing to them 2 plays in a row.
4th down and 3. Ball at the 38-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Puts a man in motion. That's Martell. That's Ty Shornack in the backfield with Hall. A lot of Shornacks on this team here. And we're going to get a timeout called from the Tars. They didn't like that fourth down look.
Anchor Bay.
Yeah, that play took a long time to come in.
Second and a half.
It looked like they might have wanted to see how Eisenhower was lining up on that play defensively, call that timeout. Now you have a chance to regroup, set something up here with 6:03 to go. But also interesting to note now for those final 6:03 of this first half, only one timeout to work with the rest of the way. But especially in this position, 4th down and 3, you're down 7. This is a point in the game where you would like to get something on the board on this possession, and you're still outside of range of maybe even kicking a field goal at this point.
It is that no man's land that we talk about every single week. You know, there is a point where it might be too short of a field to punt this ball, but too long of a field to kick the field goal. So the only option that you have is just to go for it.
Yeah, and typically I say that that sort of no man's land, as you said, is typically between the 40s, but I think here you'll typically see it's between about the 35s, and that's exactly where they are right now. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line.
4th down and 3 for Anchor Bay. Hall takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolling to his right. He's going to throw it across the middle to Martell, and he's complete. And that goes all the way down to the 20 for a first down.
Well, it's interesting on this play, they sort of took a page out of Joe Youngblood's playbook with the pass that Preston Crum completed earlier, getting to that far sideline. This time it's Luke Hall that heads out to that far side, finds his man open along that far sideline.
It'll bring up 1st down and 10 now as the Tars enter the red zone. Clock ticking, 5.5 to go here. He'll hand the ball off to Ty Shornack up the middle. He'll get a gain of about 3 or 4 there. Brings up 2nd down.
And where Anchor Bay offensively can be effective is when they're getting 4, 5, 6 yards a carry, which is something that, especially from their quarterback Luke Hall, he was able to do last week, got about 6 yards per carry. But Eisenhower, for the most part, so far in this first half, has done well, limiting them to 1, 2, 3-yard gains like we saw there.
2nd down and 7 now. Overload the right side. Pitch to Ty Shornack. And gets knocked out of bounds, and he'll lose a yard on that carry.
This time we see the Tars go with a little bit more of a power look, just trying to sweep that ball to the right side. Again, Eagles defensive front doing their jobs up front and just stringing that ball to the sideline. Polisi was in there as one of the tacklers, also Luke Myers, the other one.
They'll bring up 3rd down and 9 from the 19-yard line.
And this is sort of a bend but don't break opportunity for the Eagles defense. You've let them get the ball down inside your 20-yard line. Try to stop them here on 3rd down and 9.
Clock stopped at 4:40. Put 3 receivers to the left side. Ty Shornack in the backfield with Hall. Hall takes the snap. He's going to roll out to his left. Looking downfield, looking for the end zone. Intercepted! John Gow jumps the route, and the Eagles defense stands tall.
Right on cue, I said bend but don't break, and that's exactly what they did. They come away with the interception. Excellent job and vision by John Gowell, reading that throw from Luke Hall. Just absolutely jumps this route. As you see, he was looking for number 14. Colin Martell just steps in front, takes that ball right away from him.
This is a big momentum swing for the Eagles. Remember, they will get the ball to start the second half, but they have 4.5 minutes here to get points on the board before they get into half.
4.5 minutes and 2 timeouts to work with. That's an eternity for this offense and Joe Youngblood to essentially put together a drive.
Crum in the shotgun. He'll put a kneel in motion. Takes a low snap. He'll throw it. Pass is caught. And we got a flag on the play. Connor Temple with the reception, but we'll see what this penalty is.
Outfield on the offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
Ineligible man downfield. 5-yard penalty will redo first down. Crum takes the snap. Passes over the head of his intended receiver, Hayden Bills.
Yeah, just sails that throw intended for Bills. Bills is a taller receiver, but that's even a little too high for him.
Shornack stepped over Bills there. That could have led to an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, but they're going to let him play. 4:12 to go here in the second quarter. Second down and 15. Got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Crum takes the snap. He's looking right. He'll throw it. And they're going to say incomplete, which brings up another third down for the Eagles.
Yeah, it looked like they were looking to the short side of the field for Temple all the way. Pressure was coming from the back side. And all he could do was just throw this ball in the area of Connor Temple, but definitely didn't get a lot of air on that.
Tars have been able to get some pressure on this drive. Probably got 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Christian Johnson in the backfield with him. He'll take the snap. Rolling out, able to avoid the pressure. He'll throw it across the field. Broken up, Martell takes the ball right out of Anil's hands.
Yeah, nice play. Individual play by Martell. See the pressure coming right at Crum. Offensive line did a pretty solid job for the most part, giving him time in the pocket, but can't stand there all night. Eventually has to do something with it.
Only 34 seconds of game time on that drive, so the Tars are going to have pretty good field position after this punt.
Yeah, like you said, 35 seconds or so off the clock, but they also took that 5-yard penalty for the illegal man downfield. So Anchor Bay, with their man standing in plus territory, should have good starting field position.
Punt is away. He'll catch it at the 42-yard line of Ike, and that's where Anchor Bay takes over.
So still plenty of time to work with here in half number 1, plus that timeout as well in their back pocket, and they only need 42 yards to potentially tie this game up. But with that, the student section right underneath us sounds like they're going to start getting back into this game a bit more.
See what Anchor Bay has got, Coach Mike Giannone. Ball at the 42, 1st and 10 now. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left in the formation.
Looks like they'll send Hansen to the bottom of your screen, has one-on-one coverage.
Paul fakes the handoff. Pass down the middle, caught! Touchdown for Anchor Bay. Colin Martell.
And you know what? They missed on that deep ball looking for Martell. Earlier in the game, just missed him by a few inches. This time puts it right on his hands in stride. And an excellent thrown ball between the coverage. You see the safety, Tayshawn Terrell, was trying to come back and help out on that route, but just got a step on his initial defender.
On to kick is Caden Thomas. And it is good. With 3:41 to go here in this first quarter, or second quarter, it is a tie game, 7-7.
And again, you see there on the replay a beautifully thrown football from Luke Hall. Had 92 yards passing all of last week. He picks up 42 on that throw alone, and we're tied at 7. But that was a big-time answer from this Anchor Bay offense, because even if you go down at half 7-0, as we said, Eisenhower gets the football to start the second half. You go down 14-0. This isn't necessarily an offense. Ironically, I say this after a 42-yard touchdown pass, but not necessarily an offense built to throw the football a lot, which they have done, surprisingly, here quite a bit in the first half.
Eagles are going to have another chance to get a score before halftime. 3:41 to go here in the second quarter.
And we talked about that Eisenhower possession took only about 35 seconds. How about that one? That took about, what, 11 seconds, I believe? Somewhere around there.
One play, 42 yards. Kick is away. Caught and dropped at the 1, but picked up. Running up the left side. Still on. He'll get down to the 40. That's Brandon Kedrow. But we're going to get a flag. Looked to be a block in the back on the replay there.
Official's mic appears to be off, but that is what the call is, block in the back on Eisenhower. And I was going to say, Chris, leading up to that kickoff, it got pretty quiet here underneath us in the press box after that big touchdown play to tie us up at 7. Then Kedrow fumbles it at the 1, and it went dead silent for about 2 seconds until he picked that football up. Gave them something to cheer about on that run back, but now the penalty backs them well up into their end of the field.
They're going to start this drive at the 10-yard line. Penalties shooting themselves in the foot here for the Eagles. One receiver left, one right. Two tight ends. Crum takes the snap, throws it over the middle to Anil. And he's finally brought down. But that is a first down. That's a gain of 10 for a first down.
Nice throw underneath. Looking for Luke Anil. Just sits down right underneath that coverage in the slot.
Gain of 11 officially. First and 10 from the 21. He'll put a man in motion. He'll keep it himself and gets pushed out of bounds.
Good decision there just to keep it. Looks like no gain on the run from Crum, as he was strung out there along the near side. Had he pitched it, probably would have lost 2 or 3 yards, so good decision to keep it. And at least, looks like they'll give him 1 yard there on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 now. They Bills all the way to the left side of the formation. Puts a man in motion, that's Anil. Fakes the handoff, goes across the middle, pass is incomplete. Intended for number 85, Connor Temple. Brings up another 3rd down.
And that was really well defended by a couple Tars out there. Melton Eason III and Colin Martell was there as well.
Brings up 3rd down and 9, 2:54 to go here in the first half. 2 receivers to the left side of the formation, 2 to the right. Christian Johnson in the backfield. Preston Crum takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to throw it to the left. Passes. Oh! Luke O'Neal had it and dropped it.
And he has to be kicking himself for that drop. It was a beautifully run route. He hit that comeback. He puts that foot in the ground. He comes back to that football. He left Ty Shornick spinning on that move.
This will bring out the punt team again for the Eagles. Another third down that they can't convert. 0 for 7.
And speaking of Ty Shornick, he and Drew Shornick are the deep men for the Tars.
Punt is away. So go past the 50, but roll backwards. And finally down at the Ike 48. And that's where Anchor Bay takes over.
So now this is interesting, Chris, where we're at this point in the game. It was about 3 minutes ago now in game time where Eisenhower was up 7-0. They got the football. They have a chance to go down, possibly go up 14-0, and have a chance to get the ball to start the second half. That doesn't happen. The Tars tie it up. Now they have the chance with 2:37 and 1 timeout to try and take a 14-7 lead right before the half.
A big drive for both teams here to end the first half. 2:37 to go. Here comes Anchor Bay's offense. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. They'll bring a man into the backfield. Hall looking to pass. He's going to keep it himself and get brought down. We'll say a loss of 2 yards. Going to bring up second down and 12 now for the Tars.
I like the decision by Luke Hall to run the football there. Maybe could have taken off a second earlier, but once he tucked that ball, Holosy does well to put his head down and get downhill to the football.
Looked like a favorable spot from the officials. Hall takes a snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle. That is Ty Shornack. And he's brought down after a gain of about 6. It'll bring up third down and 6 now for the Tars. Clock still running, 1:40 to go.
And you do still have that 1 timeout to work with, so you don't have to necessarily go hurry up offense here. Your main priority at this point is to pick up that first down first. Have to get it down to about the 38-yard line for the first down.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ty Shornack in motion. Looked like a big hold. Pass is caught by Domi, excuse me.
Yeah, Domi, one of those big bodies for Anchor Bay. Tough to bring down when he has the ball in the open field. And it did look like the Tars got away with a bit of a hold there against Johnson coming off the edge on the top of your screen, but moves the chains for a first down.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Hall's going to roll out. He's going to throw this ball deep down the left side. Wide open. Caught. Touchdown, Tars. Jerry Hansen III, the sophomore. And the student section here is not happy, especially after that missed holding call in the last play.
Well, Hansen had John Gowell in one-on-one coverage, bottom of the formation. And he gets beat, has no safety help over the top. And that's a nice throw down the field for the touchdown.
And the extra point is up, and it is good. And just like that, a big swing for Anchor Bay. It is 14-7. 49.8 seconds to go here. Let's see if the Eagles are going to try to get into field goal range or just push this into the half.
And you know what? It's funny, Chris. I said earlier in this quarter that Anchor Bay, not a team that likes to throw the football a lot. They like to control it on the ground, just running it up the middle. They'll do some misdirection things from time to time. They'll allow Luke Hall, the quarterback, to run the football. They have 2 pretty big passing touchdowns here in this half. And I guess it's true what Coach Smith said to you in pregame. This is not your typical Anchor Bay team that you're used to seeing.
Just about 50 seconds, like we said. Defense getting a chance there to watch that last drive. Kick is away. It's a little pooch kick out at the 20-yard line. Looking for some field. Down to the 50 is number 81, Cody Raymond. They're going to say he was out at the 48-yard line. So with 40 seconds to go and 2 timeouts, let's see what the Eagles can do here.
Yeah, you know what? It's an interesting decision that they kicked that ball short, because had they just kicked it deep, set them up around the 20-yard line, I would have said, okay, they'll run the ball probably twice and send it to the locker room. But you set them up with field position like this, I definitely would think, seeing what we've seen so far this year from Joe Youngblood, he's going to take some shots down the field here, especially down by a touchdown now.
40 seconds to go. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Crum takes the snap. Pressure in his face, and that pass intended for Bills, but just thrown at his feet. Gonna bring up 2nd down.
A bit of a dangerous throw there. Threw it over the middle in coverage as he was sort of falling back, trying to avoid the sack. Throws it off that back foot, unbalanced. Luckily, that falls incomplete, brings up 2nd down.
1 tight end in Luke Neal, 1 receiver left, 2 right. Fakes the handoff to Johnson. He's looking, he's gonna keep it himself, he's gonna run, and gets pushed out of bounds at about the 49-yard line. Gonna bring up 3rd down and 7. Another 3rd down for the Eagles.
Good job in coverage downfield by the Tars, forcing Crum to take off and run.
2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Crum takes a low snap, fakes the handoff to Christian Johnson. He's going to throw this deep ball down the middle, and it is intercepted. A ball that was underthrown and picked off by Jerry Hansen, who just had that touchdown. Well, we got a flag on the play.
Looks like Anchor Bay is making their way off the field. They think it's on Eisenhower.
After the interception, personal foul, face mask on the team. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
Again, an underthrown ball. Can't see the penalty on that play there, but Anchor Bay is going to start this drive at the 35-yard line.
And it looked like, Chris, real quick on that throw, as Crum was climbing the pocket, it was starting to collapse around him. Looks like he might have gotten hit as he let that ball go, so it kind of sailed up high on him. Didn't get as much power behind that throw as he may have liked, just hung up there on him.
Referee's coming in. Looks like we're going to go ball switch.
So now with the 14-7 lead, I wouldn't be surprised they just hand this ball off once and we take it to the half.
3 receivers to the left. Hall's going to keep it himself, running it up the middle, and finally brought down after a gain of about 6.
Timeout, Anchor Bay.
Anchor Bay's going to use their last timeout there.
Again, Hall, a more than capable runner for this Tars offense. Gets about 7 on that run. Looked like he might have gotten about 4 yards or 5 yards before he even was being contacted on that run. Also, a bit of an interesting decision to call that final timeout there rather than just send this to the half. Maybe take 1 or 2 more shots down the field, see what can happen.
15 seconds to go here. The Eagles having 4 defensive backs. Looks like they're just trying to prevent a touchdown here.
Yeah, they'll bring out that 3 deep safety look. It'll be Kedro, Tayshawn Terrell, and Blake Harmon back deep in sort of a prevent look. John Gowell is the corner to the bottom.
Foul pass complete to Hansen, and he'll get out of bounds to stop the clock, and it'll put the ball at the 50-yard line as a first down. I think they're going to try to see how far Hall can throw this ball.
Yeah, if I had to guess, with just a few ticks under 11 seconds to go, maybe you throw something out to the sideline, get out of bounds, maybe a 5 to 10 yard completion, then that sets him up with about a 40-yard throw from there, which we've seen in this game. He can make a deep throw like that if he has to.
Hall puts a man in motion. That's Martell. Takes the snap. Hall's going to keep it and run it himself. He'll get a gain of about 11, so that'll stop the clock with 4 seconds on it.
They have to get up and spike it. Hall trying to get everybody set.
And they do. 1 second to go. We got a flag on the play.
Chris, I don't think everybody was set when he snapped that football.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Right, you are. False start, so a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, in that case, once he tucks it and runs, goes up the middle, it's a mad scramble to get over that football.
And it looks like they're going to run out of time in the half.
Yeah, he did try to spike it right when that whistle blew.
Officials are not calling the half yet. It did look like the head official called for the clock to start moving. They're gonna give him one more play. This is unbelievable.
Let's see if Luke Hall can throw this ball 44 yards.
3 receivers to the left. He's going to roll out. We're going to get a whistle. I think it's interesting to think about because he couldn't have spiked the ball because it was a false start. It's like an errant whistle, so we will play the down again. Untimed down here.
Now looks like Eisenhower will put 4 men back deep.
Ball's going to roll out to his left. And he's going to throw this ball towards the end zone. And overthrows Martell, incomplete. And that will finally bring an end to the first half. After 2 quarters of play, Anchor Bay 14, Eisenhower Eagles 7. We'll be back with the second half of action in just a little bit.
We would would like to thank Esplendido Mexican Cuisine for their 20-year sponsorship of both Utica and Eisenhower football coverage. It's that great taste that helps keep a great Shelby Township tradition going.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted, just whistle.
Touchdown, Shelby.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We were responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic students can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while maintaining a high level of respect for all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
Gentlemen, now entering the field, 125 members of Eisenhower High School, the 2022 They are joined by our White Camp alumni. Please welcome them to the field. Combined tune is from a collaboration of two pop artists. Released in 2012, this single received positive reviews, was hailed as a summer anthem, and has reached the top 10 in over 12 countries. Conducted by Rosie Siriaco, leading to our rendition of Owl City and Carly Rae Jepsen's hit, Good Time. caught fire when an up-and-coming band, the Beatles, released their chart-topping version in 1964. Conducted by Ethan Delbeck, here is the Marching Eagles version of Twist and Shout. Fortunate to have a guest conductor for our fight song this evening. She was the director of bands at Eisenhower from 1990 to 2001. Please welcome Ms. Kathy Boz to the podium. Now let's have everyone up to celebrate this 50th anniversary homecoming with the Eisenhower fight song.
Once again, football fans get situated. We're going to have the homecoming court activities here momentarily. So we're going to get these signaled from down below. 4, Tennessee Hines. Number 2007, Tiffany Zimmerman. 2006, Margaret Vintamiglia. 2002, Alyssa Moreno. 2001, Laura Landenberger. 2010, Jamie Goodrow. 1996, Genevieve Webb. 1995, Tricia Pinello. 1994, Tracy Zapczynski. 1993, Nicole Spano. 1989, Nicole Zuccarini. 1983, Andrea Afreika. 1973, Karen Jensen. And 1972, Leslie Vinsel-Heen. Welcome back, ladies. And also, I'd like to introduce our 2023 homecoming king. And that is Vito Pelaki. Vito is being escorted by his parents, Ellen Doe. Vito is planning to attend the University in the fall and study pre-medical biology. In his spare time, Vito loves to draw portraits and hang out with people he loves. And now, for your homecoming 2023 homecoming court. First up, Kendall Danko. Kendall is escorted by David N. Danko. In his spare time, Kendall enjoys spending time in the dance studio and going to the gym. Next year, she hopes to attend Michigan Tech to study civil engineering. Kendall Danko. Next up, Grace Dion. Grace is escorted by Gregory Miglio. Grace is the captain of the varsity soccer team and is also involved in NHS and Project Unify. Grace is planning on attending the University of Wisconsin-Madison to study nutritional science. Grace Dion. Next up, Katie Drake. Katie's escorted by Daniel and Annie Drake. Katie loves to play lacrosse and see her family and friends. In the fall, Katie's hoping to attend Saginaw Valley University and study occupational therapy or nursing. Katie Drake. Next up, Sophie Gasparoni. Sophie's escorted by Antonia Gasparoni. Sophia, I should say, is a member of Student Council, NHS, Project Outreach, and EdForce each year. Sophia plans to attend the University of Michigan in the biology or clinical research. Sophia Gasparoni. Next up, Alyssa Casal. She's escorted by Martin Heidi Casal. Alyssa's hoping to attend the University of Miami and study political science. Alyssa is a member of part of the NHS Project Outreach team in CASA. Alyssa Casal. And this year's homecoming queen will be crowned by our first homecoming queen, the class of 1973, Leslie Vinsel-Heen, and our principal, Brandon Manzella. And now, football fans, this year's homecoming queen, representing the golden graduating class of 2023, is Sophia Gasparoni. Once again, congratulations to Sophia Gasparoni. selling the tickets. Last I heard, they were going to bring it up to the booth and we're going to announce that lucky ticket somewhere around the beginning of the third quarter. So stick around. I'm sure the pots are decent size tonight. And about, again, the concession stands are open. Not sure if they got anything left on the menu, but they have pizza, hot dogs, popcorn, candy, and Swedish fish, of course, and probably still some coffee from Big B Coffee, 23 in Van Dyke. Check all that out and stick back, okay? Remember, a great second half ball here at the Eagles and the Anchor Bay Tars.
Welcome back to Swinehart Field. Coming out of halftime, the Anchor Bay Tars have a 14-7 lead over Eisenhower Eagles. A very quick turnaround there to end the second quarter. What'd you see most that gave the Tars that 14-point?
Yeah, you said it, quick turnaround. It was really that last 5.5 minutes of that first half that really swung a lot of the momentum in the favor of the Tars. As we take a look at some of the first half highlights, if you're just joining us here on Shelby TV, the first play from scrimmage, a fumble recovered by the Eagles defense. Christian Johnson got going a bit on the ground in that first half of play. Crum connected over the middle with Temple. But again, it was back to the ground game for the first score of the night. It was Bryce Hurley finding the end zone, but then again, those last 5.5 minutes of that first half was what made the difference.
One big
stepping up. You see Luke Hall connects with his receiver, Martell, for the first score for Anchor Bay. Then after their defense gets a stop, they come right back, and again, it's Luke Hall deep down the near sideline this time, finds Hansen for the go-ahead score.
One big thing that we saw early on in this game, 2 turnovers from the Tars, but the Eagles were not able to capitalize on either of them. So that is one thing that they will have to try to capitalize, see if they can get more turnovers, see if they can get points off of turnovers. So we'll see what they can do.
And one thing, Chris, that really surprised me, and we saw it in the highlights from that first half of play, was how often, I should say, they threw the ball, did Anchor Bay in that first half. Again, we talked with Coach Smith in pregame. He said this is not your typical Anchor Bay team. They're a lot faster, and they can really move that ball around.
It looked like they were trying for an onside kick. We're going to get a flag here.
5-yard penalty. Free kick.
Offsides on the kickoff there. They will retry the kick. Little miscommunication on the onside attempt.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate too, because I don't think, now that you've sort of shown your hand there, I don't think that you go back to it here. I expect that they'll just kick this ball away now. But I like the idea coming out with that to start the second half. You do have the lead. If you can execute that onside kick, you get the ball right back and you have a chance to go up 2 scores potentially. But now, like I said, I don't see them going for it again.
See what they decide to do here.
The students also underneath us here in the press box having to get back into it a bit after those halftime festivities.
And this is a full kickoff taken by Terrell. And he'll get brought down at about the 32-yard line. And that's where the Eagles will take over.
And it's going to be important to see how this Eisenhower offense comes out from the locker room to begin the second half, with Preston Crum leading the way, down 7 here.
One thing that the Eagles did go away from was the run game, but Christian Johnson was really, I would say, maybe 5 yards to carry in that half.
Yeah, and you don't want to go away too much from what you like to do offensively.
He'll hand it off to Johnson. Johnson bounces off the line, and he's able to get around. And he'll only get about a yard on the carry.
Yeah, tough run by Johnson. You see bounces off that block, but just a good job getting downhill to the football by that Tars defense.
I'll say 2 yards on the carry. It's second down and 8. Crum takes the snap. He'll fake the handoff, rolling out to his left. Caught by Luke Neal. That'll be down at the 44-yard line. That is a first down for the Eagles.
And as the Eagles go quickly here, look at the throw by Crum. He had some heat on that throw, looking for Luke Neal.
Crum takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Johnson. Johnson able to break 1 tackle. And finally pushes through the pile. And he'll gain about 4 yards.
But again, a nice job of containing Christian Johnson by this Tars defense. They're sending all 11 guys, when they're reading run, they're sending all 11 men downhill to the football fast.
They're going to say a gain of 3, second down and 7 now. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right in this formation. Johnson in the backfield.
Looked like they were showing some pressure from up the middle. We'll see if they send it through.
Crum takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Johnson. Rolling out to his left. And he's going to throw it downfield. Luke Neal again, down to the 35-yard line. First down for the Eagles.
And the rollout extending that play by Preston Crum is what made this play. He allowed it to develop because his right tackle, Charles Cartwright, got absolutely burned on that rollout.
First down and 10, ball on the 35-yard line. Crum takes the snap. He's going to throw it. Looks left, pass incomplete.
Well defended that time by Eason III. Got that hand around to bat the ball down. We'll see it again here. Just comes around. May have gotten away with that left arm around Temple, but got that right hand in there to break up the pass.
That'll bring up second down. Neal in motion. He'll move to the right side. Fakes the pass to him. Gets to Johnson. Still down after a gain of about 2. But we got a flag on the play.
Sideline on the defense. That's their first.
A sideline warning called against Anchor Bay. No yardage, but it'll bring up third down and 8 now.
And Chris, you talked about trying to get Christian Johnson back more involved in the offense. They've gone to him several times here to start the second half. Just haven't gotten really much going for him.
Luke Neal takes the handoff, running up the right side, and is finally brought down after a gain of about 13, and that is another first down for the Eagles.
And while we wait to see Christian Johnson get going again here in half number 2, how about Luca Neal? A couple big plays on this drive, pushing the ball down the field as they'll set it up at the 22-yard line. Does well to get all the way to that sideline and gets north and south, picking up some yardage. As you said, picked up a nice 13-yard gain on the run there.
First down and 10, ball on the 22-yard line. Neal in motion again. Crum takes the snap, fakes it to Neal. He'll throw across the middle, and it's caught! Touchdown, Eagles!
They're still fighting for it down on the ground, but it's going to be a touchdown no matter what. How about this? Bryce Hurley, his second touchdown of the night, this time through the air. Had to double clutch that football on the initial grab. You'll see it here. A beautiful throw from Crum right over the top of the defender. Had to double clutch. It looks like the tackle as he came down with it helped him secure that football.
Extra point is up. No good.
Looks like it got blocked on its way up, and it hit the crossbar right where it meets the upright.
And just when they were looking to tie this game, the Eagles are now trailing by 1 point.
And how about this for a storyline here on homecoming weekend, Chris? The sophomore Bryce Hurley, a guy that we haven't really called his name at all this season, comes up with 2 big touchdowns here tonight.
A big first drive there for the Eagles to start this second half. Now the defense is going to have to come back out here, make another stop.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Eisenhower chases that 1 point the rest of the second half, whether that becomes a factor later on looking ahead to the fourth quarter or not. Obviously, their defense, for the most part, other than those 2 deep touchdown passes, has played really well here tonight. So I'm sure as we move forward, their defense will do its job to keep them in this game.
Game time temperature was 66 degrees, but we're getting down into the mid-50s now, so getting a little chilly. End zone for a touchdown. The broadcast of today's game is a copyrighted presentation of the Michigan High School Athletic Association and Shelby TV. No reproduction, retransmission, or other distribution of the descriptions or accounts of this game may take place without the express written consent of the MHSAA and Shelby TV. Tars now looking to take over at their own 20-yard line. 1st and 10. Their first drive of this second half. He's got Drew Schronek in the backfield with Hall. 3 receivers to the left side. He'll take the snap. He's going to throw it out left. And Hansen is able to get down to the 30-yard line. That's a first down for Anchor Bay.
And again, just swing it out wide on the throw from Luke Hall. Try and get up the field, working against this Eagles secondary. Able to weave his way to the first down.
Receivers bunch to the right. He'll hand this ball off. Spinning through the pile is Drew Schronek. And he'll gain about 3 yards on that. It'll be second down and 7.
And a hard-earned 3 yards. Not a lot of running room up the middle. You see Luca Neal from his defensive end position really drove his man in towards the middle of that line of scrimmage, closed off that gap. But at least able to get the 3 yards with Shornack there on first down. Always a positive when you can at least get a few yards on 1st and 10.
2nd down and 7 now. 2 receivers to the left. That's Ty Shornack in the backfield. He'll put 2 men in motion. Takes a snap. Hall's going to keep it himself. And he gets met in the backfield and pushed out of bounds. That'll be a loss of 1. And that'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, one of those men in motion was that big number 44, Isaiah Domi. They tried to run into that side with Luke Hall all the way, and bringing those extra blockers to that side didn't really do a whole lot on that play. The Eagles were reading run all the way, and they were able to make the play.
Here comes a big 3rd down for Anchor Bay. 3rd down and 8 officially at the 33-yard line. 2 receivers to the left. That's Ty Shornack. He'll put a man in motion. Hall looking to pass. Now he's going to run it. He's brought down. After a gain of about 5, that's going to be not enough more to the Tars. That brings up 4th down.
And Cody Raymond, it's been a minute since we called his name on the defensive side of the football. Makes the stop here, comes up, gets him right around the waist, and uses those long arms to drag him down. And a nice open field tackle there too by Raymond. If he wasn't able to bring down Luke Hall there, he easily picks up the 1st down and maybe a yard or 2 more.
4th down and 3, and here's the punt team on. Kick is away. And this will land at the 15-yard line and roll the Anchor Bay way down to the 10. And that's where the Eagles will take over.
And an excellent booming kick there for the Tars. Pins the Eisenhower offense back deep in their own end as Luke Myers just had to watch that ball sail over his head. So now you get the touchdown on your last possession if you're the Eagles. Missed the extra point as it looked like it was deflected on its way to the uprights. So you're down 1 here. But even if you're held to a field goal on this possession, you still take the lead.
5:31 to go here in this 3rd quarter. Crum takes the snap. He'll hand the ball off. That is Kamari Charles. And they're going to say he just got back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down.
Yeah, we've seen Kamari Charles on more than one occasion here tonight spelling Christian Johnson. Again, no Cardamone here again tonight for the Eagles. They missed him last week as well in their win over Stevenson. So it's been mostly Johnson and Charles with a little bit of Tayshawn Terrell in there as well.
Crum takes a snap. He'll fake the handoff. Rolling out. He's got a lot of pressure in the backfield. And he's going to throw this ball away, but that is going to be...
And I don't know, Chris, they may want to talk about this. He looked to have been outside the tackle box, although I'm not sure in high school football. I don't believe that that is part of the grounding rule. But obviously this ball comes nowhere near the line of scrimmage, and there's no receiver in the area as well.
Yep, they are going to throw the flag, and this will be intentional grounding in the end zone, which will lead to a safety.
Intentional zone. Result of play.
So that is, in fact, again, the official having a little bit of trouble with his mic here tonight, but that is the official word, is a safety. And again, like I said, I don't believe the tackle box rule is part of high school football as you would see it in college and the NFL. But again, the other 2 components of that, the receiver in the area and getting that ball back to the line of scrimmage, he was 0 for 2 there, just trying to make something happen, trying to get rid of that football. As we see our wonderful camera crew here tonight.
This will be a free kick here from the 20-yard line. There's more of our fantastic camera crew. Thank you to the Shelby TV crew here, helping us on a cold night.
Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure working with our entire crew here each and every Friday night, always doing their best to make us look and sound our best. But obviously with that last safety, back-to-back weeks now for Eisenhower with the safety. One last week goes in their favor. Here tonight, it goes the opposite direction, so we'll see how they bounce back here with just inside 5 minutes to go in the third.
Kick is away. It'll land at the 28-yard line. Picked up by Schronek.
And we have a flag coming in.
Let's see what the flag is all about.
Flags have been pretty even both ways here tonight. Looks like pretty evened out.
Lock in the back. On the receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down, Anchor Bay.
Block in the back for 10 yards. So it will start this drive now at the 28-yard line, 1st and 10.
And we've seen a few of those here, blocks in the back here tonight. But for the most part, Chris, a very competitive, kind of grinded out game between these two teams here in the MAC Red, which is typically what you'll see. Very good competition here in the MAC Red.
Hall takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Schronek, and he's immediately hit in the backfield by Luca Neal for a loss of 3.
Yeah, you had Luca Neal, Christian Johnson, and Cody Raymond in on that stop. You see just driving the ball carrier back. Never had a chance on that run.
That was Drew Schronek. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Hall. Hall takes the snap. He's looking to throw. He'll throw it across the middle. Pass is caught, but brought down behind the line. They're going to say right at the line. Pass was complete to Colin Martell. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
And this ball thrown a little bit behind its receiver from Hall. If he throws that more out in front, he has a chance to catch that ball and turn the corner to the sideline. But again, good pursuit by the Eagles defense to make sure he doesn't get the chance to turn that corner and get up the field.
A big 3rd down, and here comes the crowd. Hall has Ty Schronek with him. He'll hand it off to him. Running up the middle. Bobbles the ball, and he'll get about 4 on that play, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Excellent stand by the Eagles defense, as has been the case for most of our contest tonight. Again, just those 2 deep balls for touchdowns in this game. As the Tars will get set to punt it away.
Punt is away. Fielded at the 35. Dancing his way through some defenders. And finally brought down at about the 41-yard line is Luke Myers, the senior.
Yeah, you know Myers really wanted to return that punt. Didn't get the chance on that last punt. Had him pinned back deep around their 15-yard line. A few plays later, we get the safety against Eisenhower. This time he gets the chance to return, and he puts it in plus territory for his offense.
1st and 10 now from the 42-yard line. 2 receivers left and 2 to the right. He'll put a man in motion, takes the snap, he'll hand it off. Running up the left side, able to break some tackles, down 20, and finally pushed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Bryce Hurley, again, another big run.
Yeah, like I said, a guy that really coming into play tonight. I don't think we've called his name all season. And here tonight, he's had 3 of the bigger plays for this Eisenhower offense here tonight.
Bryce Hurley, the sophomore. Crum now puts a man in motion. That's a Neal. He'll hand it off to a Neal, running up the right side and met at the line of scrimmage. But he'll gain about 3 on that run. Bring up 2nd down and 7.
So now all of a sudden Eisenhower is starting to try and pull some of that momentum back in their favor after that safety a few minutes ago. They get the big return by Myers, then the big run on the very first play of the possession from Hurley, trying to now put this ball in the end zone.
Crum takes the snap, he'll hand it off to Johnson. Johnson met in the backfield. He's able to get about back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, he gets absolutely swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage in the backfield by number 92, Tristan Arnold. That's the 2nd time he's brought a ball carrier down in the backfield here tonight. Just great penetration up the middle by 92 in white.
Clock is ticking, under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. Crum takes the snap, he's looking to throw. Looking downfield, keeps it now, running up the middle, and he'll get down to the 11-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down and 4.
Looks like they're going to send out the field goal unit here, try and tie this game up as we head to the 4th quarter. Not a bad decision there. Again, with Crum, it's a lot of times it's read 1, read 2. If it's not there, tuck it and run. That time maybe a little bit slow reading those first 2 reads, but does make the decision to tuck it and run, picks up a couple of yards to make this a more manageable field goal.
Kick is up, and it's good. We got a tie football game here. Right at the end of the 3rd quarter, a big-time field goal from Rocco Fedrigo. It is 16-16.
And even despite the mixed extra point and the safety in that 3rd quarter play, we are about to head to the 4th, as you said, Chris, all tied at 16. This has been an excellent game here tonight. Remember, the all-time series, 12-1, is the Eisenhower Eagles in this all-time series. The lone loss came at this field a year ago during the 2021 season, so the Eagles definitely trying to make sure they don't make it 2 in a row.
Getting ready for this kickoff. Just about 8 seconds to go here in this 3rd quarter. Kick is away. And it will land in the end zone for a touchback. Anchor Bay is going to get 1 play here in this 3rd quarter. As you see the Anchor Bay stands, the student section, a well-traveled group there.
Yeah, still a very packed house here at Swinehart Field. Really all around the field, you look from corner to corner, it's still pretty packed here, and it's been pretty loud, especially in this 3rd quarter. They've had some stuff to cheer about.
Standing room only here at Swinehart Field. 3 receivers to the left of Hall. He'll take it, He'll throw it out wide. Getting to the sideline there. Number 10, Jerry Henson.
And he does get out of bounds with 1.6 showing on the clock, so they'll have one more play to run here in quarter number 3, but a nice play out wide. They've run that play a few times here tonight against this Eagles defense. That time able to get it up the near sideline for 7 yards on first down, and they'll take that every time when they run that play. You're not trying to hit a home run necessarily, you're just trying to pick up 5, 6, 7 yards.
It'll be 2nd down and 3. 3 receivers on the right side this time. Takes the snap, throwing it out the other way. Hands it again, and he is brought down after a gain of 2. It's going to bring up 3rd down and short. See if they give him the first down. Well, that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. All tied up, 16-16.
Better job in pursuit that time by the Eagles defense, especially coming in from their secondary. And as we head to our 4th and final quarter of play, we'd just like to remind you that the 2022 Shelby Township Fire Department Open House will take place Saturday, October 15th, 2022 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Station 1 on 23 Mile Road. You can tour the fire station and meet your local firefighters. There will be educational demonstrations, a candy drop, and a dunk tank to benefit the Great Lakes Burn Camp. And Chris, you can also meet Sparky the dog.
I'm hoping to give it the autograph this year.
Absolutely.
It's going to be 3rd down and 1 to start the 4th quarter. Two receivers to the left. Under center, Hall's going to run it himself. And they are going to say he got it. A gain of 2 there.
Yeah, I'm surprised they let that play go as long as the officials did. He started making his way backwards. That pile started driving backwards, but he easily had that first down by about a yard or 2. On that initial surge you see there, push it across the 30-yard line. They put it all the way at the 32.
Clock is rolling, 11 and a half minutes to go. You know that the Tars definitely want to run this clock down as much as they can. Puts a man in motion. Hall is going to throw it out to him. He'll dodge one tackler, but can't break the pile. And he'll gain about 2 on that. That was Colin Martell.
They keep looking to these swing passes out horizontally rather than trying to attack this defense vertically. And on those last 2 attempts that they've thrown out wide, the Eagles defense has done well in pursuit, getting downhill and making that play on the ball.
It'll be a gain of 2, brings up 2nd down and 8. Hall in the shotgun. This guy, Ty Schronek, with him in the backfield. 2 receivers on the left, 1 far side on the right. Takes the snap, he'll hand it off to Schronek, running up the middle, able to break a few tackles and turn it upfield down to the 45-yard line, 46-yard line. That'll be a first down.
And Hall took a long look at that Eagles defense to see how they were lining up. Hands it off to Schronek. He hits that hole right up the middle, able to evade a few tackles and picks up that first down. Nice run by Schronek.
First and 10 now from the 46-yard line. Clock ticking, under 10 minutes to go.
Both Ty and Drew Schronek, excellent runners for this Anchor Bay team. We've seen them a ton here this evening.
Looks to be Drew in the backfield. He'll hand it off, running up the right side, able to escape the pile, and all the way down to the Eisenhower 44-yard line. Another first down run for the Tars.
So how about that? Back-to-back runs. First it was Ty, now it's Drew Shornick. Each one picking up a first down, moving this ball across midfield into Eisenhower territory. Some nice running lanes for both these runners on back-to-back plays. Eagles defensive front needs to tighten that up a bit. They've done well for most of this game tonight in run stopping.
That's one thing Coach Smith said pregame. He is really liking how the defensive line has been playing so far this season. Paul takes the snap. He'll hand it off up the middle. That's Drew Schronek. And he'll get a gain of about 6 on the carry.
And you mentioned the play of the defensive line for this Eagles team a week ago had 3 sacks in that game against Stevenson. As you see the run by Shornick, Luca Neal comes in with the chop right at the end, trying to knock that ball free.
One thing to note, it does appear it's taking about a minute off the clock with each one of these plays. Hall runs all the way to the sideline to get the next play and comes all the way back. That's killing a lot of clock here.
Yeah, you do get a lengthy possession clock to work with.
Hall passes it to the left. That's Martell again. That's a first down for the Tars.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the time that they take off the clock with some of these short throws underneath, and even those running plays, you figure those plays take about 10 seconds off the clock just to run the play. Then they get about a 45-second play clock that they get to work with. So if they choose to run it all the way down, they can. And at this point, they have possession in their control. They can take as much time as they want to try and put this ball in the end zone.
Paul takes the snap. That's Drew Shornick. And he's stopped at about the line of scrimmage. We'll bring up second down and 10.
And I'm sure if we look across the field at the Anchor Bay sideline and head coach Mike Giannone, he's thinking, hey, if we can have a 7-minute drive here to finish off this game and put something in the end zone, that's perfectly fine with me. We want to be a team that can run the football effectively, and that's what they've done for the most part here on this drive.
Clock continues to roll. 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
And if you're the Eagles defense, you're hoping it's another bend but don't break situation.
Paul fakes the handoff, he'll throw it. Martell again. Staying inbounds. And he'll get down to about the 24-yard line. It's going to bring up third down and 3.
It'll be a big third down at that from the 23-yard line. If you're Anchor Bay, you'd like to pick this up and not have to try for a field goal. Keep that Eagles defense on the field. Keep them back on their heels on this possession.
Third down and 2. The Tars are 4 for 10 on third down tonight. See if the Eagles can make one more stop here. Third down and 2 at the 23-yard line. 2 receivers to the left. Tight end on the right side of the formation. He'll move to the left. Paul takes a snap. He's going to run it himself. Brought down from behind, and a loss of about 2 yards. Luca Neal on the tackle. Brings up fourth down.
Yeah, the blocking in front of Luke Hall just never got a chance to get set up. Luca Neal shoots a gap, pushes his way into the backfield, and makes the stop.
What is the call here? You are tied here with about 5.5 to go, and you're going to go for it on fourth down.
I think that the Eagles and just about everybody underneath us here in the press box thinks you're going to try and run this football. I go play action, try to roll Luke Hall out in our direction towards the opposite sideline in front of us and try and see if he can't hit a pass.
They might just try to force him in the offside, the hard count right now. And we get a timeout. Anchor Bay takes a timeout.
Timeout, Anchor Bay. Their first of the half.
Definitely looked like they were just trying to draw the Eagles offsides on that.
And you know what? I still wouldn't be against them going for it here. Not that I have anything against them kicking the field goal, obviously, but I do think you do have them a bit on their heels. They did get that stop just a moment ago to bring up 4th down, but I do think you've been able to move the football on this possession. You've been able to do sort of the things that you want to do on this possession. And like I said, if I'm the one making this 4th down call right now, I do think that about 90% of this stadium thinks you're going to try and run it up the middle, maybe go play action, suck that Eagles defense in towards the middle and try and roll something out to the sideline. Especially when you have this ball is right around the middle of the field. You have all this room to work with heading towards the right side.
Ball is on the 25-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 4 here for the Tars. Definitely going to need to get the crowd pumped back up for this 4th down play. 5:05 to go. They're definitely taking their time on this timeout here.
Yeah, both teams still in their respective huddles, now making their way finally back to the field. So we'll see again what they come up with here on 4th down and 4.
One receiver on the left side of the formation. A heavy formation on the offensive line here. Hall takes the snap. He's gonna hand it off, and he's gonna get brought down. Brought down at the 35-yard line. The Eagles take the ball over, going the other way.
Well, it looks like they're trying to hand the ball off to Shornick, a little bit clumsy on the exchange, and then looks like maybe they were trying to throw it back to Luke Hall, who leaked out of the backfield up that far sideline, tried a little bit of a trick play. But again, the blocking up front didn't necessarily do its job, and you had 2 Eagles right there at the handoff that really disrupted the timing of that play. Plus, like I said, a little bit of a clumsy handoff there between the quarterback and the running back.
1st down and 10 at the 35-yard line for the Eagles. Crum takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. Running up the left side. He's still on his feet. And finally brought down is Bryce Hurley. He's going to get a gain of about 4 and bring up 2nd down. They're going to say 3 yards on the gain. 2nd down and 7 now. 4.5 minutes to go. Clock is ticking.
And I don't know, Chris, at this point, it might be the defense and Bryce Hurley that wins you this football game if you're the Eagles.
Hurley in motion again. Crum takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it himself up the middle. And he'll get back to about the line of scrimmage, maybe gain a yard. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
And I was waiting for Crum as he started to pull that ball down and run. I was waiting for him to tuck that football, playing a little bit loose with that ball as he went to try and run it and weave his way through some traffic, but finally did put the ball away and was able to at least get back to where the ball was spotted.
3rd down and 7 now. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Luke Neal in tight end position. Crum takes the snap, looking downfield to throw. He's going to roll out, and he's just going to throw this ball away.
Yeah, he had Luke Neal lined up at his tight end position. Looked like they wanted to cross him over the middle, try and find him on his crossing route. Well defended, though, one-on-one by Julius Humes, the captain linebacker.
It'll be 4th down and 7. 3:32 to go here in this 4th quarter. They're going to line up to punt this ball away. The defense is going to have to make one more stop. Punt is away. Caught at the 35-yard line. Breaks a tackle, breaks another one, and finally pushed out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. That was Ty Schronek.
And he made, as he stepped up and made that grab on the kick, see there sidesteps Luke Neal, who just came flying down the field right
Luke,
at the ball carrier.
Luke is the long snapper on punts, so He snapped that ball and ran right at him. All right, Anchor Bay is going to take over at their own 39-yard line. 3:20 to go here. Tie game 16-16.
And what a stand that was by the Anchor Bay defense. Now puts their offense back on the field. Let's see if they can have a little bit more success than what they had their last time out.
Anchor Bay has 2 timeouts remaining in this. They got 3 receivers to the left. Hall's going to keep it himself up the middle. And met at the line of scrimmage and driven back. Finally. They're going to say forward progress is only a loss of 1. It's going to bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that whistle came in right about there as you see him get stacked up by Luka Neal, but then just driving him all the way back deep in his backfield. But that is just the loss of 1 on that play. Tough to hear the whistle, I can imagine, from down on the field because of how loud this crowd is underneath us.
2nd down and 11. Clock is rolling. We're at about 2:35 to go. Once again, Anchor Bay just taking all of the play clock here. 2 receivers on the left side and a tight end on the right. Over the tight end to the left side.
Timeout, Anchor Bay.
Anchor Bay calls their 2nd timeout of this half, leaving them with 1. 2:15 to go here in this 4th quarter.
And this is a really big possession, obviously, with where we are time and score in this game. So it's a good thing that you use those timeouts because you have them. You want to make sure you have the right play call with this down and distance. Make sure that everybody's on the same page so that you're not taking an unnecessary penalty like a false start, something of that nature that backs you up even further behind the chains here. So Chris, obviously, if you're Eisenhower, you're hoping that here on homecoming you can come away with the win, keep that record looking good where it's at. You came in 4-1 on the year, coming into play tonight. A couple wins in MAC Red play. One of those a big win here from Swinehart Field a few weeks ago against the Romeo Bulldogs. You'd like to get back in the win column against this Anchor Bay team again after falling here last year to the Tars. And on the flip side, if you're Anchor Bay, this would be a big win for them here tonight. 2-3 coming to play on the year. You talked about in our opening to the broadcast on a 3-game losing streak. This would be a big game to potentially turn around their season.
Same formation now for Anchor Bay. 2 receivers on the left, a tight end on the right. They'll put him in motion. Hall now looking to throw. He's going to throw this ball deep. He's got a man. Oh, just overthrows him. Pass intended for number 10, Jerry Hansen III, the sophomore. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
And I've been really impressed with the arm strength of Luke Hall here tonight. He's been letting it fly all night long against this Eagles secondary. Again, just a few yards out in front of his intended receiver, Hansen. But those throws are there, Chris. He did have more than a step on his defender down the field. So that's something that this Eagles secondary is going to have to tighten up. And I get that you're so concerned with stopping the run, but you cannot allow guys like Hansen to continue beating you deep like that.
Here comes the crowd, the 12th man. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Hall takes the snap, rolling left. He's going to throw it across the field, and it's going to be caught by Hansen. And that's going to be a 1st down for the Tars. Another 3rd down conversion right at midfield.
And that play was set up because Hall had all the time in the world to throw that football. The offensive line did their jobs in blocking. They moved the protection to his left to allow him to roll that direction and allow Hansen to come back to the football.
2:03 to go in this 4th quarter. Still tied at 16. Anchor Bay, 1 timeout remaining in this half. 2 receivers on the right side. Put a man in motion. Takes the snap. Hall looking to throw. He's going to throw this ball downfield. Martell incomplete. And the flag is thrown. Unbelievable. Brandon Kedrow on the defense. And this crowd cannot believe it.
Pass interference on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Result of the play, first down.
And obviously, as we take a look at it here, we have the luxury of replay that the officials do not. And I don't know, looking at that replay, there might have been some hand fighting going on there between the receiver and Kedrow. But I mean, at this point in the game, Chris, I don't know how often you're going to throw that flag, but also I will admit I'm not one that generally tries to judge the officials all too often, because let's be honest, they do have a pretty difficult job. But again, like I said, at this point in the game, I'm not sure how often you're going to throw that penalty flag.
First down and 10 after the penalty, 1:56 to go. He'll hand the ball off up the middle. Gain of about 2 on the run. That was Ty Schroenick. Second down and 8, clock continuing to roll.
And if you're Eisenhower, it'll be interesting to see when head coach Chris Smith decides to start using some of those 3 timeouts that he has to work with now inside 90 seconds to play, because obviously, as we've seen on the previous possession and now this one currently, Anchor Bay not really in too much of a hurry to snap the football.
Martell in motion. He'll move the entire formation. Crowd getting into it. Student section here on homecoming. Hall takes the snap, looking left. Pass is caught and brought down after a gain of about 4. Clock continues to run.
And that's the most important part, I think, on that throw. Looked like Hansen tried to get out of bounds after he caught that football. Nice job by the Eagles keeping him in bounds.
Third down and 5. Tars are 5 for 12 tonight. I think Coach Smith is caught in the rock between a rock and a hard place here, because you don't want to give Anchor Bay more time, but they're going to take it all down right here.
Yeah, at this point, they can pretty much take this down.
Hall looking to throw. Pass complete to Martell, and he's tripped up, but it's going to be a first down. Now the clock will run right as the ball is set. Moving the chains. And Hall will spike it with 18 seconds to go.
And quickly going back to that first down throw. Good job by the receiver getting to that first down line, then making his cut right along that first down line, makes that catch, gets tripped up. And as he got tripped up, was actually able to fall forward for that extra yard to make sure that he got that first down. And a good job by the Tars on that following play, getting up to the line and being able to snap that football and spike it right away.
This would be second down and 10 from the 22-yard line. 18 seconds to go here.
Because the spike, as we remember back to the end of the first half, was what got Anchor Bay with 1.3 seconds. They didn't have enough time to spike that ball.
Martell in motion, he'll hand it off. Caught up the middle after a run of 2 yards. Clock is rolling. Anchor Bay does have their final timeout, and they will use it with 4 seconds to go. It's going to come down to 1 field goal.
Timeout, Anchor Bay. The third and final.
Yeah, you see with this timeout what they were trying to do on that last play, just run the ball up the middle, get the ball spotted right in the middle of the field, make this a straight up and down kick to try and win it here on homecoming over the Eagles. Should be about a 35-yarder from where they put it down at. But whatever happens here in the next 4 seconds of game time, this has been an excellent game, hard-fought game on both sides by these two teams in the MAC Red. And we say it every week here on Shelby TV. Every game in this MAC Red, it never comes easy, and I'm sure you can hear that from both of these coaches.
Here we go. He's going to kick this ball from about the 28-yard line, so that makes it an 18-yard kick, or 38-yard kick, excuse me. The crowd is cheering, but it sounds like there was a timeout.
Timeout Eisenhower.
There was a timeout to freeze the kicker, and it might come back to haunt him.
And it's interesting too, Chris, right as they were set to snap that football, I almost said, if you're Chris Smith, you have those 3 timeouts, do you possibly use one of them? And he did, right as it popped into my head. And those students underneath the goalpost down there to our right were going absolutely nuts when that kick went wide left.
It's going to give him another shot to make this kick.
Those students down there underneath the goalpost doing everything they can to disrupt this kick that's upcoming. They brought out the flash on their cell phones, kind of like what you see in college basketball with the free throws. They'll bring out the spinners and the phone lights and all that to try and distract the guy shooting the free throw. So here we go again.
Here we go again. Here comes the crowd. The kick is up. And it's no good! We're going to overtime! Wide left on the kick. The timeout does not come back to haunt him.
And those students down there under the goalpost are feeling like they did their job. He pushed it left once again. And there you see absolute chaos under the goalpost. And you said it, Chris, we are going to overtime. And this now, the middle of my 3rd year calling high school football here on Shelby TV, my first overtime game in at least a dozen games now that I've called here.
What an exciting way to play this homecoming matchup. The 50th anniversary of Eisenhower. And we're going to go to overtime.
Yeah, just incredible game, incredible atmosphere, and we're being treated to some additional football for the effort. Just another one of those grinded out type games. Whoever can come away with the win here tonight has to feel really good about what they've done in order to get to that point in another week for Eisenhower. Again, last week's final was 15-11, their win over Stevenson. So back-to-back games where it's really just trying to do anything they can to get that advantage on the scoreboard when the clock hits 0.
Again, like you said, this MAC Red matchup, it'll be a huge victory for whichever team can come out with the win. Not to look ahead, but it'll be a big win for Ike. They got Dakota next week. We saw at halftime they were leading Romeo 14-7. As you see, Anchor Bay prepping their team for one more chance.
Yeah, and I think if I had to get in the minds of both these head coaches here, we've got about a minute before we get set for the overtime period. If you're Chris Smith on the Eagles sideline, you're saying, hey, we got the missed kick. We're going to overtime. We have a chance. Let's go out here and let's finish the job. If you're Mike Giannone on the opposite side, you're saying, okay, the kick is behind us. We have to move on It's a new set of downs. It's a new quarter that we're playing with. We have to move on, try to regroup, and try and go back out and make another play that can try and win us this football game.
Out for the coin toss is Luca Neal and Ty Shornick. And as you said all game long, that bend but don't break defense from the Eagles has definitely got them into a great place. The only point scored by Anchor Bay in that half was the safety.
And if you're Eisenhower,
the side of the field you want to play on,
the two touchdowns.
We're going to start at the 10-yard line. We're going to a second overtime. The other team gets to pick what they want to do, okay? We're going to stay on the same side of the field, but you decide if you want the ball or you want to defend first. You guys are still the visiting team. Heads, tails. Tails, heads. Call it so that guy can hear you. Tails is the call. Tails it is. What you guys like to do? You what? Like to defend. Okay, cool. Which way would you guys like way in the field? That fit? So you guys swing that way, you come this way. You're playing down there and you got the ball first. So we're going that way, yeah. You're playing down there and you got the ball first. All right. Shake hands one more.
All right. Anchor Bay wins the toss and goes defense first. They will play from the 10-yard line. 4 downs, that's all you get. First and goal.
And really, for the first time all game, we get the microphone on our official working, and it had some pretty good quality there. You could hear the conversation going on between he and Luca Neal there.
Perfect timing for the microphone.
Yeah, that was some excellent bit of insight on that coin toss there. Gotta love that.
Here comes the offense. Christian Johnson in the backfield. Once again, from the 10-yard line. Bryce Hurley's already got an 8-yard run today.
Yeah, that's what I was saying as we came out to start the overtime. He has both their touchdowns here tonight.
Johnson gets the handoff, running up the left side. Met in the backfield. He gets to the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down.
Crowd underneath us absolutely silent, letting their offense and Preston Crum go to work from their 10-yard line.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Crum takes a snap, looking to throw. He's looking left, he's rolling out. He'll throw. Passes, off the hands, almost intercepted. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
And for Hansen, one of the more sure-handed guys on this Tars team, plays receiver as we've seen here tonight. That's one, depending on how the final score shakes out, that one could be giving him some nightmares later tonight.
Third down and goal from the 10. Man in motion. Fade to the end zone. Passes. Incomplete. He couldn't get his feet in. That was Hayden Bills.
Excellent throw up over the defender by Crum, but even better coverage on an island, one-on-one. In that position, you have no safety help, just trying to throw that ball to the back pylon. But well defended out there, and one-on-one coverage forces the field goal try. It'll be Myers to hold.
Kick is up. And it's good. The Eagles are 1 defensive stop away from winning this game.
But they'll have to do it. Pin back at their 10-yard line. Obviously now Anchor Bay gets the same opportunity from the 10-yard line, but their defense, the Eisenhower defense, will have those students right behind them underneath the goalpost, backing them up. the ball in Luke Hall's hands if he can throw the ball, as we've seen here tonight. But if you're head coach Mike Giannone, you feel like you have 4 plays to go 10 yards if you want to put this ball on the ground.
Luke Hall has an interception tonight. Takes the snap, looking, pass is deflected, incomplete. Second down coming up.
And they had the right play call. They had the man coming out to be released from the line of scrimmage, but a nice play getting the hand out there to bat that ball down. Leaves them with 3 chances to put this ball in the end zone.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Puts Martell in motion. He's going to hand the ball up the middle. And that was Drew Shornick. Gets about 5 yards on the carry. 4 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd down.
And now that cuts it in half almost, essentially. 6 yards to go. You have 2 plays to get there. We'll see what they dial up here on 3rd and goal.
3rd down. 6 for 13, Anchor Bay is tonight. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Man in motion. Hall takes the snap. Rolling to his right, throws it to the end zone. Pass deflected, incomplete!
Excellent plays so far on this possession by the Eagles defense, getting a hand up there to bat it down. Look how high. Looks like Ryan Polisi gets up to bat that ball away. And here we go, 4th down. This looks like just a little bit longer than what would normally be an extra point.
Kick is up. And it's good. Tie game after 1 overtime. 19-19.
And for Caden Thomas, some redemption after the missed kick that could have won them the game at the end of regulation. He put an absolute drive into that kick, made sure he wasn't going to miss it left that time.
Now, Anchor Bay will go on offense to start the 2nd overtime.
As the team who typically wins the coin toss in overtime typically plays defense, because then you know what your offense needs to do once your defense is done with their possession. So they go out, they force the field goal. Thomas, again, like I said, redeems himself, ties us up at 19. Now their offense right back out, hoping for a bit of a better result than that first time out.
Ball starts at the 10-yard line again. And they stay down on the student section side. Bring in a new ball. Here we go, 1st down and 10. 2nd overtime, game tied at 19. Hall going to keep it himself, and he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage, and he'll get about 2 yards falling forward. It is 2nd down.
Yeah, looks like they gave him 3 as he kind of fell forward, got tripped up coming through the hole. But again, if you can get 3-4 yards here on some of these runs, you'll get that ball in the end zone sooner than later. Eisenhower defense has to pin their ears back a bit here.
Hall takes the snap, pitches it. Met in the backfield and brought down. That was Drew Shornick bringing it all the way back to the 15-yard line.
And as I say, they have to pin their ears back. How about
Christian
Johnson Looks like Mocheri got in there as well, as did Giovanni Rowe, all three, stacking them up deep in the backfield for a loss.
Just keep them out of the end zone on this play here. 3rd down and goal to go from the 15-yard line. Here comes the crowd again. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Empty backfield for Hall. Hall takes the snap. He's looking. Pass over the middle. Fumble! And it's Eisenhower football! The biggest play of the game. Drew Shornack fumbles the ball, and it's picked up by Eisenhower.
Lou called an excellent job climbing that pocket, waiting for his man to get open. He completes the pass. Shornick just gets spun down to the ground. And that's now their 3rd turnover of the ball game, and this could be the most costly one yet.
It looks like they're immediately going for the field goal here. All they need.
Straight up and down kick.
And Anchor Bay is going to make them think about it. Timeout call.
Timeout Eisenhower.
Oh, Eisenhower with the timeout. Before the biggest play of the game here.
And Chris, that fumble is so tough for Shornick. He gets it down right around the 5-yard line, maybe inside the 5. Could have set them up with a bit of a decision there on the 4th down call. Do you kick that field goal as nothing more than an extra point, or do you try to punch the ball in and potentially win the ball game right there?
And that was the 2nd fumble. Remember, the first offensive play of the game from Anchor Bay was a fumble from Drew Shornack.
And now if you're the Tars, you have to hope that Federigo pulls this one left just like Thomas did at the end of regulation. As we play on in overtime, the Eagles trying to end it here.
Timeout called by Anchor Bay. This time the crowd...
Timeout Anchor Bay. They're only at the overtime.
I think the crowd knew what was going to happen there.
Yeah, the students under that goalpost a little more tempered in their excitement this time. Probably, as you said, Chris, saw that timeout coming.
There's not one student sitting in this student section to our right.
And under the goalpost, you've mentioned that additional seating they've brought in here for homecoming. That as well, they're starting to line that back line of that end zone. Just waiting to see what happens on this kick out of the timeout. Well, what a wildly exciting game this has been here tonight from Swinehart Field between these two teams. It has been an absolute pleasure to be on the call here tonight. However this game turns out.
Only the best here on Shelby TV. Thank you for joining us wherever you are. Here's a snap, kick is up. The game is over. Second overtime. The Eagles come out with a 22-19 victory.
On the leg of the junior Rocco Federigo, he wins it in double overtime. What a game. This has been an instant classic on Shelby TV in this MAC Red battle. Eisenhower improves to 13-1 all time against the Anchor Bay Tars.
Absolutely unbelievable, a great game. One thing to note, that missed extra point didn't come back to haunt them. They got them into overtime there, and they're able to come out 22-19. A big fumble, not only to start the game, but to end the game. And the Eagles continue their MAC Red season with just one loss.
Yeah, they improved to 5-1 overall on the year. Just that one loss to Chippewa Valley a few weeks ago. But you mentioned it, Chris, that extra point doesn't come back to bite them. Neither did that safety that Preston Crum took back in the third quarter. Neither of those ended up being the difference here tonight as Rocco Fedrigo wins this thing in double overtime.
Well, for my broadcast partner, Stephen McDonald, my name's Chris Wright. Thank you for joining us on another great Eisenhower football weekend, Shelby TV. Final score, Eisenhower Eagles 22, Anchor Bay Tars 19. Thank you for joining us. Have a good night.